Cool. Marvy, you're supposed to intro.
Oh, okay, we should have maybe clarified this before.
We should have, but
Yeah, I would say welcome back, but I've just arrived here, so I'll just say welcome.
welcome, Larvy.
Yeah, welcome me. uh, this is the second round of the mini tournament. Format was draft, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what's being rolled. That happened on stream, right?
I have no idea.
I heard it would be on stream, so that's how I.
We're gonna just say it was on stream, and if you weren't here, you were frauds.
I couldn't get it.
Yeah, it was, maybe it was on stream, but maybe like hidden behind the scene or something.
Yeah,
So,
very
so
possible.
nobody saw it actually. That can happen. Despin Mason is going to be very interesting to me, personally, because I remember them from season 3, watching them. Despin making his big run. I don't know how much they have been playing because Bingo off season has been pretty long.
Yeah.
So this
Mason does a lot of 2v2s. Despin, I don't think has played anything. Bingo wise.
Yeah, Despin I don't think has been playing any Sunshine, considering he played like a ton of Elden Ring and Dark Souls before.
Yeah.
So maybe his inherent advantage in just being a better player in terms of the game than Mason will not come in as handy, and Mason's experience will do wonders for him, because I think they both of them seem pretty good overall. Just very solid drafting. Despin, I don't. Despin in season 3 has convinced people and also me with being pretty well-rounded, I would say. Nothing too crazy, and Mason is just has always been solid with routing and decision making, but like has typically got the short stick of basically everything. But still, he's definitely definitely a strong opponent for Despin in general. So
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it depends, because, like, I know Mason used to have problems with draft. I think he's since fixed those issues, mostly. But also, I don't think Despin's an insane drafter anyways, so it's like, I think they're pretty much even in terms of drafting capabilities.
yeah, I would. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I would agree. Like in season 3, Despin's only loss was draft in the very beginning, and then he went on a massive winning streak, and then lost like in the finals of playoffs or something again.
Yeah.
So Despin is actually not that used to losing games, which is interesting. I don't remember if he got into many losing positions during season 3 of the Bingo League. So
not a ton. Oop.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mason missed his draft color.
Yeah, he did miss its draft color, yeah. Okay, so 3 reds, first pick. It's I don't think that's the best, because if we get 15 M's, okay, 3 bosses works too. I was gonna say, okay, 5 blues, 3 hiddens. Okay, those are all good goals. 3 hiddens. Well, with 3 reds, it's okay.
Yeah, overall, like a ton of easy goals, low amounts of like hiddens and reds, plus them being very non-specific. That's always really good to have. 15 M's and 5 bluebirds are like more specific goals, like force you into like Rico 1 and kind of gelato and or maybe pinna, and that's kind of it. And everything else is basically very open. 3 bosses is probably the best goal as well, because the card just doesn't seem very.
Yeah, 3 fruit baby.
The card doesn't seem like you have to commit to a specific level just based on the level itself. I don't see like any specific goals that are actually good. Like you see maybe Noki Blues like Eel and Jada hundreds, and that's kind of it. Everything Piano Sherma, Pinot Sherma, those don't matter. Everything else is like very open.
Yep.
So that makes kind of like early game plans a bit more difficult because it's more difficult to plan them out at the very beginning. It's kind of you kind of have to look throughout the game and react properly. And as I think Mason probably can do pretty well with his larger amount of experience than Despin had playing bingo.
Mm-hmm.
So that like all this draft is like pretty fine. I don't think either of us have like a problem with this unless
I think Mason's is better, but I also don't think it's that big of a deal.
yeah, it's pretty neutral. So it's so this format being drafted is like so useless in this situation just based on this card.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I like about what Mason did, and I think Despin would have won draft if he did, is that the 40 totals click is so good here for both sides. It's honestly even better for Despin.
I think probably just good for Despin.
And if you do that instead of the 3 fruit ladies, I think that's better.
Mm-hmm.
And then like force him to do 10 yellow button coins, because that will at least start to like force him into pinna earlier. I mean, he's probably there anyways because of 5 bluebirds, but like he's probably gonna have to focus it a bit more because he knows he's playing against someone much faster than him. But overall, it's not the biggest deal. Assuming that Despin doesn't actually do the 3 fruit ladies, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at this and maybe map out an early game idea, and I see like Pinna is probably the strongest level on this board, which is kind of wacky to say. Level shines are a bit slow. Like 3 from 4 is not that great on this card, I would say.
I think the only synergy with it is basically 2 from 5.
Yeah, and maybe 3 hiddens, but that's can just also be Jada hit. I guess 3 hiddens is like the synergy with it.
Yeah, I mean, because then you could do probably 3 in Gelato, 3 in Bianco. So that's basically, that feels like just a Mason goal.
But at the same, like, yeah, but Pinna has like some value. Eel has, or like Noki has some value, even though it's a bit less. Maybe Pianta is not the absolute worst thing. Like you see 9 times 8 from 1 Pianta Shadow Mario.
There's like a really weird deep Pianta play, but you can't go for it anytime early, I don't think. Like, maybe you could do it as setup.
Yeah, you can, maybe if you want 3 from 4,
Yep.
if you double with like level shines, but I feel like Pianta shines aren't that slow.
Yep.
So like maybe combine Pianta, Delfino, maybe hope you can win like Pinna and still win Noki. That can do.
Yep, and then just
something.
after Noki, clean up Pianta. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, but like I feel like the issue would be that this is not an early game plan that you can do like reliably. And starting Pianta, like if you get 3 shines from Pianta, just kind of worthless at the beginning.
Yep.
And
yeah, I don't think you can do that until the mid game.
Yeah, and then for instance, if you were to start in Pianta and then your opponent has been doing the Delfino shines, getting into Pinna, then you kind of wasted your time in Pianta a bit, and it's just like you can't go to Pinna, you can't really commit to Pianta. You just hope that you win 3 from 4. That's cool, but that's like one goal. Secret Shines is not that great on this card either. It's really weird how this card plays out, and I just expect both, like maybe Despin to just start in Bianco and then go from there, honestly, because it's just like very mid-game reactions.
Yeah, I
that
feel like it's a lot of like, oh, change up what you're doing mid game. So like at this point, I'm kind of just expecting they mostly stick to their drafts because their drafts are pretty good for both of them. There's not really goals left that are like, rush this. I mean, like, you want to get to Pinna pretty fast, so maybe that, like, stops Despin from doing 4 bosses, or, potentially stops Mason from focusing 3 hiddens as early, because the rest of them are all pretty quick. But I think if you're going for 3 reds, not doing that with, or doing that without hiddens would be kind of gross. Unless you just straight Delfino rush with it. That'd be...
I think
that'd be entertaining.
I think you can definitely do Java hiddens, like the Delfino Rush Java hiddens. That's probably decent enough. Maybe Pinna hidden, and you can maybe go for like an 8-form Pinna
Yep.
with right Yoshis. That's not the worst option in the world. The only thing, like, or one thing that I'm really curious about is like how, but does Mason want to fit in blues into his route or not? Because I think blues without 15 M's is not that great.
Blues without 15 M's. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because generally what would make that better is if you go into Rico, but Rico isn't good on this card.
Especially for Mason, it's
it does almost nothing for him.
I think it's worthless for Mason.
So if he sticks with the blues route, he's gonna have to figure out a way to get that in like Gelato, Delfino, Pinna. Like he might be able to just get that anyways, but
is it
I mean it's definitely worth.
Yeah, I don't think it's good sacrifice.
I think it would be worth it if he does this Delfino rush with Gelato. I think then the speed there would be fine. Because then, like, you're taking the Delfinos, you're kind of taking it away a little bit with the blues, but still overall faster than what Despin will probably do.
I don't know, I'm not convinced on 40 totals. I don't think this is something that Mason can actually afford doing, going for. But at the same time, Despin will just passively get M's, and then you'll probably be at 25, maybe 30 blue coins when the draft runs out. Then maybe you can play around a window where Despin would be busy securing 40 totals once draft is over.
Honestly, yeah, you could do that and then just take yellow button from him, probably.
Yeah, I think Mason, like if Mason would be the player who would avoid 40 totals. Okay, that's one of the early options we considered. Although, if you
so something we didn't consider is 5 bluebirds and Pianta.
That is actually.
I mean, like, it's not even that bad. Like, it's weird, but it's not bad.
Yeah, especially because you don't show, like, you don't need to show like deep Pianta progress, and bluebirds can just be kind of pseudo delayed, and you actually also Pianta hidden is literally a hidden shine. You don't get any reds with this, which is maybe a bit bad, but you can also actually, yeah. Now that I think about this, the bluebird in Pianta doesn't seem that bad for Mason. I think that's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, this is a cute idea. It's only weird, but like also, what are the odds Despin like calls him out and goes reds? Pretty small.
There's a possibility if Despin decides to get to Pinna quickly with 9 Delfinos.
Yeah.
Because you pinching code, and I honestly I would say like Tallgrass or Lilypad are decent alternatives. It's a bit slower, like it's 30 seconds of sacrifice for a pipe shine that you don't really know if Mason is going for them, and a red coin shine.
Yep.
So it's not the end of the world. Of course, doing other Delfino shines is better, and 9 Delfinos could be a race because this card actually allows for a 9 Defino rush, but Despin is just doing like a 2 bosses rush.
Yep. I mean, I don't think this is that surprising if he does. It depends how long he sticks here. Because I think so. I think Manta would definitely be a mistake here. You could just hold the 3 bosses advantage, and if he somehow goes for 4, that's so much information.
Yeah, like it's funny that like 3 bosses is not that great of a goal on this, because the good stuff is just maybe Pinna and maybe Eel? Question mark.
Yep.
Like there's not much of a reason to go into Rico or Bianca or Serena, so bosses are not that great. Like it's a bit rough. I guess Despin has the incentive to go for M's as well, so there is a little bit of value, and you kind of set up for 2 from 5.
Yeah, and yeah, he has the M. So honestly, like Bianco, Rico are good enough to where it's like, okay, that's fine. It's just he pretty much can't do Manta, because Manta does very little on this card for anybody, except I guess secrets.
Yeah, but even then, it's just better to go into Pinna. I can definitely see Despin planning like Bianco Rico, then just go to Pinna.
Yeah.
Just rush Pinna. That's totally fine.
Yep. I agree.
I think it probably opens up a lot of goals except for 3 from 4 and 2 from 5. 7 chance is still a possibility, and then you just react, because if Mason goes for like a level progression kind of route, then even with the 2 bosses that you do at the very beginning, getting Pinna is still totally fine for Despin. It's kind of weird because there are very little actually bad beginnings on this, but it's about reacting to them properly or concealing your information properly, which with a Pianta start I think it's probably the easiest way to conceal.
Yeah, as long as you don't show Pianta, like, you're fine, and there's very little reason for him to show Pianta. It depends. I wonder how long Mason's actually going to stay here. Because this could be 3 from 4 setup and then he leaves. It looks like he will go back. So I'm going to guess he's going to go for the birds play.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. You kind of also force Despin into Pianta. So if you don't see 9 from Buffino maybe, then as Mason you can just get to Noki with 9 from Delfinos, or maybe you just try to snag away 3 from 4, but Despin will also show 3 bosses and 15 M's at some point, so that won't be something Mason can do, but he doesn't know what... Like, I think Despin could have also just been a rush with 9 Delfinos, that's also a possibility.
Yeah. Yeah. I love random Pianta starts. That aren't that random, but also kind of random. It's not like last season where the Pianta start was just like, oh, it just punches you in the face right at the start of the game.
Yeah, Pianta being Pianta is always weird because it's like such a it's a void basically.
Yep.
You either go in and you get your goals, or you just lose the game.
Yep.
Or sometimes you do both. So
yeah, sometimes you do both.
Yeah, sometimes you go into Pianta, get all your goals, you're very happy, and then you lose the rest of the board.
Yep.
So like it's kind of awful, like a awful game plan sometimes, but like at the same time, if there's a void that's like really strong and maybe it gives you 10 goals, but you're behind to the rest of the card, that just also is a lot of pressure on your opponent. But at the same time, you can just also completely get slaughtered afterwards. So
yeah,
I agree.
Because Mason's pretty much doing this deep play for... Let's see, what goals are realistically his? 8 from 1, 9 pipes, Piano Shadow Mario, 5 birds. Let's see. 3 hidden should still be his.
Yeah, 3 hidden is probably his. The issue is like Pinna is not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Even with Despin doing all this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Despin just has to literally Delfino rush pretty soon here, and he's fine.
Yeah, which I don't think is that weird of a option for Despin.
Yeah.
It's definitely something he can come up with.
Yeah, I think you have to make a call out for it, maybe. Actually, you don't even have to, because honestly, it's just pretty good. He just has to not get distracted by like 4 bosses or, well, obviously fruit ladies, but basically just other things like slow down for 2 from 5 or something.
Yeah, I think 2 from 5 is not great. It's weird. This card just has a lot of not great options.
Going back into Bianco.
Yeah, Bianco is also not a great option.
Yeah.
So that's definitely interesting. I do wonder what Despin has in mind. Just yeah, it's weird because
if he makes the 3 hidden, 3 reds call out, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but 3 hidden, like if you, I feel like expecting to win 3 hidden 3 reds is so unreliable.
I agree. It's very unreliable. It'd just be make a call, and if it works, cool.
I guess like if you kind of expect Mason to do like either a Pianta or like a Delfino start, then he can't get both of them that well. He can probably still get both, but with more risk involved. So I guess that's fine. But like if you make this call, at one point you will see that 9 Delfinos is not being clicked, and I think 9 Delfinos is like a lot of Delfinos, but at the same time it works kind of well on this card. So that's also not something you don't want to show, or don't want to click rather.
Yep.
So at one point you just like, oh, he's not doing Delfino. Because Pianta you can roll, but like Delfino is
Delfino's a lot scarier.
Yeah.
Because Pianta's so safe. Like, there's no, like... there's obviously no, like, warning that he's just doing Pianta. But also, like... I don't know why Despin would be in Pianta. That'd be so bad for him. At best, it would be like he did Pianta 3 for M's, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why he'd do that when Mason very clearly has a reason to at least have a decent amount of bosses. Like, he didn't, but he very easily could have with the 3 reds, 3 hiddens route.
One thing I noticed at the beginning, but like I didn't really think of this too much, was Mason rushed into Pianta. Yeah, like if you want to do Pianta, like if you want to show Pianta late, you can just unlock Bianco first. Then Pianta will save you a tiny bit of time. So so that was like always suggesting, will Mason actually just show Pianta, and he turned out to show Pianta.
Yeah, so he should be able to. He should be able to just say, okay, Despin's not here. If Despin was here, I would have lost to this. And there's pretty much no 2 ways around it. That's just how it is. Pianta 8?
No, Mason's trying to be too funny, I think, now. I think Pianta 8 is... I'm not...
It's not even episode 8! I don't know what's going on here now. What reason would you have for this? Like, obviously you get the Bluebird, but...
It's a red coin shine, but at the same time, Pianta Hidden gives you progress for 3 hiddens as well. It is.
You could just do Redbird if he wants a pipe and a red.
Yes, and it's a Delfino Shine, so I'm not too happy seeing this. I think Pianta 5 Reds is also just better.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't give you the bird, but you can also just go Pianta Fun Hidden. And
Yeah, I mean that's you're gonna probably want to do that anyways, considering your draft. This is not how I expected this to play out, but
yeah, and and Despin is in Cloud 2, probably a mismenu. Okay, yeah. Happens to the best of us.
well,
But,
it'll help make Mason's Piana 8 a little less production.
Yeah, but I do wonder what's up with the Pianta 8, but Mason clearly planned it out, so who knows.
Oh, he missed. Don't get bodied by bees.
Oh.
He got bodied by bees, but there's far enough left that it was fine.
Yeah, that can be very scary.
That was kind of cute. Should also be noted that Mason did not go for blues whatsoever. So
yeah, okay. You pick up this one. It's 2 seconds.
yeah.
Only. That's rough. And Despin is like continuing with his level shines, which is, I would say, kind of weird because, I mean, especially now, you know that like hiddens and or reds are a bit in danger, and as Despin, I would not feel that great of like, I wouldn't feel great about these goals being mine, even though it's Pianta and
Doesn't even do Pianta. And now he does Redbird. Huh.
Is Mason just completely sacking 3 hiddens? That's interesting.
I guess.
Okay. Honestly, Pianta hidden into all 3 Delfino reds is like 1 shine more, but it's probably about as much time as spent as in Pianta 8.
Yeah.
It's not that fast of a shine. 3 Delfino reds into and Pianta hidden is probably also more value. Like it's more value as well. So I'm not that happy seeing Pianta 8 into Redbird.
Yeah, this is very slow. Any hope at Pinna should just be gone.
Yeah, especially because Mason didn't spend the time on unlocking things.
Yeah.
Like unlocking Bianco is typically what you do with a deep Pianta, unless you are actually afraid of racing into this.
Yep.
Which is pretty rare, and I think on this
What
card,
is happening with Despin's banana?
he grabbed it again mid-air, so he's kind of failing this. But
All right. Well, Mason has 3 goals, but has also showed everything he's done. Oh, I guess he does not know that it's Pianta 8 and Redbird.
yeah,
Okay. Weird. Yep.
I mean, if I was
It's
Despin,
been rushing reds, so it's...
I mean, I think that's also just the Delfino shines.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine. Even without it, it's fine, but
Yeah,
it's very
like,
entertaining.
Like a good pachinko is like 50 seconds. That's below average for shines that you get for 9 Delfino, but it's like 5 seconds slower than average. Maybe actually 7 seconds.
Isn't that technically like one of them that you get in 9 Delfino?
Yeah, it's like 50 seconds is fine.
It's just you just mean it's one of the slower ones in that list.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just fine to get.
Yeah. No, this is fine still.
Yeah,
50 from 2 has not been. Man, I would have liked if Mason at least grabbed like the 50 on the way to Pianta 5.
Yeah, that's also something. Pianta 5 is really fast for this because you don't do that much of a detour.
Yeah,
Despin
it's
is
not
doing
that
super.
much slower.
Despin is doing a very good goal when Pinna and Loki is probably the most
God,
strongest level.
I don't know what's happening anymore. Is he gonna do the one into something else? Please just do the one into something else.
That would be fine.
You gonna do Pianta 5R now? That'd be funny. Pianta 8.
Oh, it's going to be Panther 5 Reds. And it's going to be the second and third Fruit Ladies. Technically speaking, there is... I think that's probably one of the most efficient places to do for Fruit Ladies for Despin. But it's Fruit Ladies.
Yeah, it's Fruit Ladies.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I would rather have the Pianta 8 time sacrifice than the Fruit Ladies.
I agree, yeah. Well, this is coming even. At least grab the fire Pianta.
Yeah, if you're being slow, then just go with it, you know?
Exactly. It's a blue. Fire Pianta's cool. Mason is... Oh, hey, he is doing Pianta 8 hidden. What the f...
Oh, did you grab a flower?
He got blocked.
Dang, that's... It's very unfortunate.
It's honestly not that bad of a backup.
Yeah. Oh.
That was funny.
Yeah. I hope that Mason is going into Pianta 5 Reds, because I think that's working for 2 goals, plus it's a faster shine than Pianta 8, for instance.
Yep.
With it being like 145 if things go well. Maybe
I can't see him not doing Pianta 5R here.
Yeah, it's...
Or he goes to Gelato. So then he wants Gelato 1R, I guess.
Yeah.
He also needs birds.
Yeah, it technically is a better shine to do. Just for progression.
Yep.
But it's also...
Well, that's been one fucking Pinna with Fruit Lady, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I will just try to forget about the Pianta 8, so we can...
We're gonna pretend he did Pianta 5R to feel better.
Yeah, we can try to go for real commentary now and just forget about Pianta 8.
Yep.
But we would also have to forget about Free Fruit Ladies, honestly, at that point. Despin has been collecting blues in Bianco and Rico and Delfino, so of course he's going to finish them out in
Yeah, he's
Pinna.
gonna get 15. Did he get the birds?
In Delfino?
In Gelato.
Oh, in Gelato? It won't end up mattering, but I don't think he did.
Well, the 5 birds play is pretty telegraphed at this point.
Yeah, yeah, Despin won't be shocked to see. I guess there's still the possibility of it being not Gelato, but Pinna instead.
Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility.
Yeah, but Mason did like 9 pipes early, and maybe if you count the time, maybe you know that he hasn't unlocked everything yet.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Despin's position, I think, is pretty good. Mason and Despin aren't even tied with the finish lines. I think Despin has 3 or 4. He's ahead to Noki, he's ahead in Pinna. It's looking like a really good position for Despin right now, but at the same time, it's not that clear still. I would say it's not the easiest to play out, but I definitely think that Mason's position is already a bit awkward to play out.
Yep, I agree. Getting bodied by a bird.
Yeah, didn't go for the 1-2-1-2.
Actually, well, I think he did, but he just did it in the wrong direction.
No, he didn't go for the 1-2-1-2. He went for the 2-1-2-1.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I believe in you, Mason. You'll do it in the right direction one day. All right, you got burbs. Okay, well, Despin's in pin of 2, so he's gonna get yellow button. Where does Mason go from here? Gelato, I assume. Oh, he can go for 5R. That's actually pretty good here.
Yeah, good thing is that it will finish out 3 hidden and 3 reds. It's a bit scary, because draft will be over in very soon.
Yep.
Draft is over, rather.
Oh, he's okay, making this a little scarier. He's going for the coins now.
Yeah, this is definitely a call that can be very scary. 3 bosses.
Does Despin pass him? Is he already ahead? Gotta be close.
Yeah, Despin already has 2 reds with Pachinko and with Gelato 1 reds.
Yeah, I feel like this is just gonna cost. Well, is Piano 5R still faster than Pin 2R from here?
Yeah, it's still faster.
Okay.
But Despin doesn't care about.
Wants the yellow button. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually totally fine. That's very.
I assume he thinks Mason is in Pinna right now.
Yeah. Maybe not that far into Pinna.
Yeah, I mean behind him, but
yeah.
Look, but you don't want to waste the time on. Well, actually, kind of. Oh, okay. Despin's doing those 6 first, and now gonna do the yellow button. Okay.
Mm.
Did Mason lose red still? This is close.
Yeah, but Mason got this. So Mason gets 3 reds and 3 hints, which is very good for him.
Yep.
Definitely, goal count makes it a bit scary for Despin. I would say.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I don't know what Mason has done. Like, could be a bit of 3 from 4 progress, maybe 2 from 5 progress from Mason.
Yep.
That I do not really know about. He did a lot of Pianta, and he showed that already.
Yep.
But this card is not that punishing in terms of like the Pianta void. And if Mason goes for the finish lines into Noki, that can be very strong. Mason just can't go into Pinna, and I'm pretty sure that he knows that he can't. That Pinna is the Forbidden Land.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he needs, like... What goals are realistic? 50 from 2, Gelato 100s. Does he have to somehow win Noki?
Hmm?
Does Mason have to somehow win Noki here?
He can win Noki. Oh, he can't win Noki now.
No.
I think 9 Delfino is... A 9 Delfino into Noki would be like 2 goals, plus maybe you can do combine 12 from Noki with runes and 50 from there.
Yep.
50 from 2 is, or 150 from Delfino is actually pretty scary to leave up, because 9 Delfino is so strong.
Does he just steal blues?
Yeah, but I do not feel that happy about a blues
I mean,
commit.
he can do some weird things now, because, like, Pinna's so strong here, and he's just giving it up with a Piazza play.
Yeah, okay. There's also the fact that Despin is technically ahead in shine count, and Mason would have to unlock Pinna though to get to Noki.
Manter.
I'm pretty sure at this point what Despin is very concerned about riding Yoshis.
Yep.
He's afraid that Mason did Pinna to Reds, apparently. I guess that's.
I mean, if I'm Despin right now, I do 50 and Pinna 5.
Yeah. What I just said sounded like who's going for EYG? That's fine. That's working towards Pinna Shadow Mario. It's working for Seven Shines and
Yeah,
Secrets.
it's also 5 secrets.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So Mason needs a soft lock here?
I don't think Mason needs a soft lock. I don't think his position is that bad, you know?
I'm not convinced yet. I think he's in a pretty oof spot. Okay, so he's gonna get 50 from 2.
But come on, PK, you saw players like Ronaldo, me, or like, I don't know if Braga lost a position like this. I don't know if Ronaldo lost good positions as well. You saw a bunch of Div 1 players lose these positions, so I believe Despin can also lose this.
Oh, I mean, I don't think that. I'm just considering, like, if Despin makes decent calls, I don't know how Mason wins.
Yeah, as said, but you can't always make the best calls either. Plus,
just make best calls easy.
Yeah,
just know what your opponent's doing 24/7.
Yeah, just stream snipe.
Yeah, just stream snipe.
Okay, well, yeah, sure. But
I see no flaws.
But still, I think this match is still pretty competitive, even though Mason's path of victory is a bit awkward, and I'm not 100% sure how he's getting his last goals.
I don't know what his last goals could be.
You know, 40 totals, 70
40 totals, 70. Okay, so I can count. Let's see here. He should get, at this point, 40 totals, 70 totals, 50 from 2. Oh, wait, he already got that. So after those two... a lot of hundreds?
Yeah, but...
what else does he even have a shot at?
I mean...
9 Delfinos, I guess?
It's not like... For instance, Noki and Delfinos, and like even though he's behind to level proc and shine count, it's not like he will lose both of them. It can still be a trade-off with then Despin having kind of his pick to do the goals.
Mm-hmm.
So
if Mason just picks what Despin doesn't, then...
Yeah, but or like he I don't want to say he needs to get lucky with this, because he can also Mason still has options. That's just my point. There will be some goal trades, and with Despin not being interested in like 12 from Noki, I think 12 from Noki is like rising in strength right now. With 40 tolls being still on the board, I think Mason should try to at least.
Mason still has to unlock Pinna.
Yeah, that's a bit rough.
This will get him to 30. Has he traded yet? I don't think he has.
I don't think either. He doesn't have to really bot to get to finish 40. I don't think he wants to enter Bianca. I don't think he wants to enter Pinna at this point. He kind of...
He wants it in Noki, but he might have to do it in Gelato.
Yeah, maybe...
I'm expecting a way too early Gelato 100s here pretty soon. Yeah, fire me.
I think Jada 100s can work. It's just very...
I mean, I don't think it's as good now that he has 50 from 2.
Also true. That definitely doesn't give 100s in Jada that much of an incentive, but at the same time, if you expect your opponent to go for Noki and Shine Count, if you get Jada 100s, that's still fine if you just hold on info. But of course, like if you delay click something for 5 minutes plus, that's just very spooky and not something you really want to do most of the time.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about this much, but this is going to be Despin's 5th secret.
Yeah, I mean, that's been kind of Despin's main thing to rush lately. There's just been 5 secrets, 7 shines, and secrets. Mason wasn't going for it, so it's not the biggest deal.
I think he needs 2 more shines for 3.4 actually. I think Bianca Free Reds is not that terrible of a shine. It gives Despin 2 goals. The question is when he will be doing this, but I think he just goes for Noki first, which is very fine. I do want to see 12 Noki into Noki 1, into Noki 2 with the boss. I think that's probably the best value. Because it also just gives 2 from 5 progress and 4 bosses, and you don't want to do EL too early.
Yep, okay, so Mason just got to 40. Okay. I mean, that takes something away from Despin, but that goal, like, 70 is definitely not out of Despin's range.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue. Despin has 28.
Yep.
It's not the worst, especially because Mason still has to unlock some levels, or Mason doesn't really want to enter Bianca or Pinna, except maybe a 2 from 5 seal, which is very unreliable.
Yeah. Going for 2 from 5 after having 8 from 1? Yeah. Usually isn't great.
Yeah, especially because Despin needs 4 shines. No, he needs 2 shines rather, because he has 2 shines in Gelato and Bianca already.
Yep.
So it's basically, if Mason, I don't know what goals Mason wants, but I feel like most of them are very dependent on Despin doing something else. And Despin has a lot of options to do, so it's not the most unsafe thing. I think Mason needs to have things go his way more than once, I would say.
Yeah. So now he's doing, well, he's getting another Delfino.
Despin's struggling a little bit with his Noki Blues at this point.
Yep. So now he's gonna trade. He's gonna try to go to Noki now. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but that does sound right.
Despin is very struggling with his Noki Blues. The good thing for Mason is that he will still get some value out of trying for Noki Blues.
Yep.
And that's not that great because he has to unlock Pinna, which is a bit rough even watching the cutscene. It's definitely not the greatest feeling to have.
Yeah. I mean, I don't... So Despin just got 12 Noki Blues. He should get Eel.
Mm.
He should get 4 bosses.
Yeah,
So that
I
puts
think
him at 10. Delfino Rocket's basically his.
yeah, I think 2 from 5, 4 bosses is should be Despin's next plan, which because he's doing Noki 1, I assume he's doing that, which is
Yep.
something I'm happy with. Then he needs 2 more shines for 3 from 4, while Mason needs like how many shines does he need for 3 from 4?
He needs...
I think 6, which is the point. The point is he's not nowhere close to 3 from 4. So Despin can easily get 2 from 5 for bosses, 3 from 4. That's 3 goals. 7 shines in secret is something he's very far ahead to. Delfino Rocket is something he's very far ahead to, and Pinocchio Mario. I think Despin's win con is...
Despin has pretty much every win con in the book right now. He just has to not lose, like, 2 weird goals. So
Yeah.
because Mason needs 9 Delfino, he needs 70 totals, and he needs Gelato 100. There's no way he gets anything else besides that. So then he needs 2 more. Maybe he gets, like... I mean, he has to just pick something to rush, and I don't know what he could rush.
I think one, like, Mason's... or like the scariest thing for Despin would have been if Mason just had some secret pin-up progress and would be able to snipe away Pinocchio Mario and Delfino Rockets. With, you know, that could have stung really badly for Despin.
Yep. Oh.
That was not
that was
the
a
best
timeline.
I think Despin could have also just thrown the spring when at the very small pool that's like right next to him, instead of having to climb up again. But it's a learning experience for Despin. I mean, like, once you notice, oh, I could have just thrown this into the pool instead of falling down into my death.
Is it bugged?
Oh, that's how it works. Interesting.
Entertaining.
Yeah?
What a well-designed game at times.
Yeah, Mason caught up actually with Noti progress. He will be ahead to Noti now.
Let's go! You can get a heal!
Yeah, unfortunately, with like the game plan that Despin can have, he doesn't need Eel at all.
Yeah.
With the issue is like Eel has decent enough synergy with everything, where Despin might just quote unquote waste time in Noki.
Yeah, I mean that's part of what Mason needs right now. Is he just needs Despin to keep following him in Eel.
Yeah, and Despin just doesn't need to do Eel. And that's kind of the issue.
Yeah, I mean, Despin doesn't need Eel, but it's just part of what could Despin do that could throw this a bit, and it's follow-up. So this will be one of the goals Mason needs to come back to. But past that, he still has to catch up in Delfino. Actually, how far behind is he?
I think that's...
It's not that bad. I mean, he has Redbird.
He has Redbird, he has Beach Shine.
I think he has 2 and Despin has 4?
Yeah, and Despin got like Chuckstop plus Underbell, so that's like...
That's like a Redbird.
But Despin also has Pachinko as well.
That's true. I mean, Despin's still ahead, but it's probably not that bad.
It's not the worst, definitely.
It's losable.
Yeah, and Despin's Noki 3 IL adventures definitely showing where he got a lot of ground on Mason.
Yep. I mean, Despin also has a faster Eel than Mason, doesn't he? Probably does 6 tooth.
Yeah, maybe like a 5 tooth would probably equate to like a 1. I don't know what a 5 tooth would be in IL timings, but I don't know how good Despin is at Eel. If Mason was playing Blaze right now in this situation, I would definitely be able to see Blaze win that. Is that 3 from 4, really?
He has 3 Pinna, 3 Uh,
Did he do
Gelato?
Gelato Hidden? Did he
I
do
don't.
Gelato Hidden?
I don't remember if he did Gelato Hidden. Falcon!
I thought he needed to, so I'm not convinced.
That's
Not
not 3
thinking
from... Okay.
Okay, that's. Thank you, PK.
Ah,
Now we can see who would win if both clicked at the same time. Do you remember that one match? I think Samu versus Bry Guy, season 2, where they both clicked at the same. No, they didn't click at the same time, but like there was like a pause called because I don't remember what the circumstances were, but I think they clicked at the very exact time, and then people joked around about like, yeah, being closer to the Bingo Sync servers, like geographically, is what will matter in the year of 2023 or something.
true. I'm gonna have to... Everybody in the bingo league's gonna have to move closer to the servers to compete with each other.
Yeah. In
Okay.
fact, the next format will just be you click random goals and you hope that you get more than your opponent at the end.
Yep. So... Despin doesn't even care about the 3 from 4.
He doesn't really need to, although I'm not 100% certain. Oh, Pinochet Mario, that's...
Yeah, I mean, he wants Finish out of Mario. Delfino Rocket's still his, so he just has to do 2 shines and then the Rocket. Which he'll probably... I don't think he's at... Can't be that close to 30, but he's going to be wanting Delfino shines probably anyway, so it's not big of a deal.
Yeah, it's unfortunately for Mason. It's unfortunate for Mason that Despin can do both 3 from 4 and 9 in Delfino. To spare head to both. So it's just rough for Mason because both work towards Delfino Rocket progress. Gelato Hidden is actually fast enough of a shine where where Despin can just do Gelato Hidden and have it go well with Delfino Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Mason is delaying Eel because he really needs at this point. He just needs to bank on Despin not going for Eel at all.
Yeah.
For the
Despin
rest of
choosing
the game.
Bianco 3R here instead of Gelato Hidden.
Bianco 4. Bianco 4 is a classic.
Or Bianco 4.
If he goes for 3 reds, that's quite entertaining.
That is entertaining. That's BM.
Honestly, I think with possibilities of getting like 2 blue coins or getting blue coins better on the way, plus travel time, that's actually not that bad, although you are very close to Beach Pipe as Despin if you went for Gelato Hidden.
Micro routing, let's go!
Bianco 4 is fast enough of a shine. It's like in terms of IL timings, it's like 43, 44 for Despin, while Gelato Hidden is 30. Yeah, it's like 10 seconds plus like more travel time. It doesn't really matter too much. Gelato Hidden is just like you don't think of Bianco 4 as a fast shine because like in any percent you do travel skip before, so like the split is 2 minutes.
Wasn't even close, Despin. I'm flaming him for that.
Oh, he's not jumping.
Nope, he
Rookie
didn't want to
mistake
jump.
to not even attempt. He got the shine already.
At least do Goldbird. Alright, cool. I thought he was gonna go do Turbo Cup.
Turbo is probably no. Goldbird is I think about equal. I think they're very similar of shines.
I think Goldbird's faster, isn't it?
It's very much the same. It's like 49-second splits for both of them.
Mm.
I think you can probably... have a better line for Goldbird, so and Goldbird is more difficult, as we can see. So Turbo Cop is not a bad shine.
Yep.
Believe it
Because
or
it's
not.
easy.
That as well. And it's about as fast.
Yep.
It's, I think, basically the same speed.
So Mason's vibing at Pinna. Delfino Rocket, I guess.
Yeah.
He needs it.
He needs everything that he can get.
Yeah.
Like,
Pretty
literally.
unfortunate. Yup. He needs Despin to, I don't know, get a crack or something.
He needs... Yeah, he needs Despin to, like, fall asleep in front of his TV.
It's a mood. I'd be tired too.
Yeah, imagine like you're ready to play bingo, and then you see your opponent being Pianta, and then you're like, okay, I will get everything I want in the game. Like how I would fall asleep as well.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's true.
Yeah.
This is the second match. That's too much effort.
It's actually kind of weird. Did Mason get anything that's like Despin wanted in this game?
3 reds. That was it.
Did Despin get anything that Mason wanted?
Oh, no. Mason just didn't, like, his route didn't capture enough.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that it's like, yeah, nothing in this game really, like, nothing bad happened to me in this game in terms of, like, I'm getting sniped or anything, and I still lost.
GG. Yeah, it's just like, there wasn't enough goals to click. Once he didn't delay click Pianta 7, I feel like it was just over at that point, or like mostly over, assuming Despin doesn't make bad calls, which he then did Fruit Ladies immediately after, which was at least somewhat comical. But GG's Despin.
Hey, thank you. What's up, guys?
Yeah, very interactive game. I'm back and forth, as one would say. Mason Mason spent all his time in Pianta, and yeah,
I was definitely scared going into the draft, or like after the draft started, because I felt like he had a better draft. I totally didn't see 5 bluebirds. I would have picked up that probably instead of something, and like 4 bosses was a nothing pick, etc. So, but yeah, Pianta. Yeah.
Yeah. Pianta was entertaining.
GG.
GG's this one.
Yeah, I mean, the Pianta call was definitely cute. It's just that once you don't delay that, it just gives so much information, and then any chance that Despin wastes time in Pianta is gone.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate the call of doing the 5 bluebirds in Pianta, but I feel like you have to just commit to it being, and then the Pianta 8 was weird.
Yeah. Good. I don't know. I guess I was thinking maybe Despin would consider the Pianta play.
Yeah, but I think after, like, once you have Pianta Shadow Mario, you should know that means he just didn't follow. Assuming he's probably just going to speed bully you if he did follow you. Unless you got early cycle, but I don't think you did.
No.
Okay.
I ignored blues along the way.
Yeah, and you ignored blues.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Wouldn't really.
Yeah, once I knew his Pianta, I thought about going after 40 blues, which I did very slowly, and eventually considered it after I entered Nokia. I was like, I can go for 40 blues, and then got clicked.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, if you like 40 blues was definitely a goal that could have been yours if you wanted it.
Sure.
Um,
How close was like secrets? I kind of, after Pianta, I guess secrets were kind of in my favor, right? But like during the draft, I thought, man, he's gonna get a lot of secrets and hiddens and reds and stuff. Like, I didn't think I
he
would win
had
secrets at all.
2?
Ah, okay.
At the end of the game, I had 3.
Yeah, because you did pin a 2.
Were you in Pinna at all, Mason, or
Only at the very end.
After Eel.
after Eel? Oh, okay.
Well, I did
I thought
Eel
maybe. I thought maybe your last bird was Pinna and your last red was also Pinna, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
But that was probably. I probably could have told it wasn't Pinna, but I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think there's at least a realm where that could be the case, because if he does, instead of the Pianta 8 and the Redbird thing, he does Pianta 8 hidden into immediate rush Pinna, that could very well be a Pinna bird there at that time. I think the timing was right for it to possibly be Pinna.
Yeah, it could be.
My plan was to do that. It was to do Pianta hidden with, and then go to Gelato and do both hiddens there. I was just really worried about losing 3 reds.
Yeah. And you should have been, because he was literally like on you.
Yeah.
How'd you guys like?
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
I think what I should have done was collect the 50 coins in Pianta 5 the first time around.
Yes.
Then either do Pianta 5R, the 2 Gelato hiddens, and Pachinko, and maybe just hope I can still get 5 birds into Pinna at that point, or just do the. I don't know. I wanted to get the 2 Gelato hiddens to be kind of set up for 3 from 4, and maybe just go through Pinna, seeing as you'll probably get Yoshi and leave.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I changed my thought process from that. Just I think it took longer than I expected, and I was too worried about losing my draft goals.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, your draft was really good, but I think you could have just tried to, I don't know, sack hiddens probably. Or reds, or just because you reasonably could have traded one of those.
Yeah. Hiddens maybe, or I don't know.
I mean, just because like if you're gonna do the Pianta play, because Pinna was what we thought was the best world on this card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
And like if you just sit there holding Pianta Shadow Mario 9 pipes 8 from 1, and then sneak your way into Pinna with birds, etc. Basically just that stuff. Get 50 and Pinna 2 or something. That would have been pretty strong. Maybe you try to sneak Yellow Button out from under him.
Yeah.
I don't remember if he got it before the draft. I think he got it right after.
Yellow Button? Oh yeah, I got it after the draft.
Yeah, you got it a minute after. So like it was very viable to do either thing. Despin, we didn't really have like a ton of issues with what you did.
I think my route was okay.
The 3 Fruit Ladies was highly questionable.
Really?
That was the one.
Yeah. I would have gotten 3 reds if I didn't do that, huh? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In hindsight, yes, but like,
right.
3 Fruit Ladies is something I like to hate on, especially when Pinna is a bit scary, and at that point, Mason showed a lot of Pianta, but he showed that he had 10 shines at minimum.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
That was definitely a scare. So
okay.
Fruit Ladies. Fruit Ladies are being Fruit Ladies as usual.
Yeah, because we were basically like, okay, we don't know why Mason's doing Pianta 8, and then you started Fruit Ladies like right after. It's like, oh, okay, it's fine.
Nice.
It basically just evened out to where we thought it was in the first place.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I was like afraid to like lose it, even though it's just 1 goal.
Yeah, I mean, because you could you still have very realistic chances at the other 3 goals on this card.
Right. I think I should be ahead with Delphino Shines, I think.
You are ahead, but it's pretty close.
Okay.
Like it's 4-2, but he did Redbird.
Okay.
Yeah, if I didn't have to go for Delphino Rocket, then
Yeah, the Delfino rocket was kind of the
Yeah.
issue. He needed to somehow take either he needed to take eel and then something else, but the other 3 goals were awful for him.
Mm-hmm. How'd you guys like
I was hoping Noki blues, but I was just too slow in Noki.
How'd you guys like my Noki 2?
Your Noki 2? That was very entertaining.
I was like, oh man, I have to do this as a boss, and then I couldn't think of how to get the spring back up to where it needed to be, or like I forgot you also can just not use the spring. You can do like a triple jump and wall kick and get up there. So I was like, oh cool, I'll just drop it off the edge, and it'll respawn.
Can't you
fucking jumped off.
Can't you throw it like above the pool that's like right next to the spring, and it will be?
Yeah, probably.
You don't need to.
In the moment, I was just like, "Yep, I could just throw this off the edge. I'll be good." Fucking jumped off the cliff. Oh man.
Yeah, you were having lots of Noki adventures. Your Noki 12 also looked like quite the adventure.
I just my thumb slipped to the B button when I just was up against a ledge, and that was tragic. Oh, and then I missed the alcove coin. That one's stupid. I think that one just doesn't work. I think
it doesn't. Yeah, it's
a
like
scam.
Yeah, it's just RNG. We'll just.
Oh,
just
you're
so
truly a
RNG.
bigger player when you call it anything scam now.
It's true. Oh, also, I totally in Gelato. I thought, yeah, I just did Gelato hidden. I'm gonna just mash A to get back into Gelato 1. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
good times. Good times. That was so tilting. I was actually really frustrated for like the next like 20 minutes. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna lose because I mashed into Gelato too. But
yeah, it was just more things to make his Piana 8 just not punished at all.
Yeah.
And then at that point, it was like, okay, now the Piana 8 into Redbird was relatively fast.
Yeah, comparatively.
Yeah, compared to entering Gelato 2 on accident.
Oh yeah, I definitely should have dropped Fruit Ladies after doing that. I should have considered that.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, at that point, I also and the Gelato 1 red stuff, you know.
What's that?
The Gelato 1 red or Gelato 1 death that you had.
It was a quick death. It was like 15 seconds.
It was a quick death, true, but
it did add more time.
Yeah,
it added more time, so Fruit Ladies is even worse.
Yeah, I tend not to worry about small like 10-15 second stuff like that because like I don't know. I feel like I just need to believe I can go fast anyway and like catch up or whatever. So I don't generally factor that into my decisions, which I probably should, especially if it's a 1 minute time loss. I should factor that in for sure.
Yep.
But the Gelato one didn't really weigh on my mind very much. Fun stuff though.
Yeah, I think I definitely went for too much of a fun route.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun route. Don't get me wrong. It was definitely had some cute ideas to it.
I ended up getting, I think, all my draft goals.
Yeah, I think we both got all our draft goals. Yeah. We're not thieves here.
I literally got all the Pianta goals, and then 3 goals in Pianta, and then my 5 draft goals, and then eel. That's it.
You know, at least you got goals.
I was up 8-6 in goals. Yeah.
Yeah, if it was first to 8, you would have won. So you can hold that one.
Yeah, next bingo patch, it's actually like a. Oh wait.
Oh yeah. What if we switched? What if we switched it to? What if we switched it to 4x4?
Yeah.
Yeah. 4x4 bingo.
Yeah,
new meta. Fun. We can't think of anything new to add to bingo, so we're just gonna say fuck it, 4x4.
Introduce the possibility of ties.
Yep.
No, it's even better. We can't even think of something to add to bingo, so we just take from bingo.
Yeah.
We just like take some goals away.
Just remove everything. Oh, I see.
We're just gonna shrink it to 1 goal so we can have fast comms and fast.
Pianta, no more goals. Pianta is gone. Goodbye.
If we reduce that to 1 goal, then it will be played how some invasion cards will just be played, where like you raise to 1 goal and you lose if you lose. That's going to be insane.
Yeah, what if we just banned a world? What if we just said, yeah, you can't go in that world anymore? Like, you just can't. What if we're just like, no more Bianco. Sorry. Goodbye.
That sounds insane.
That'd be interesting.
Just delete Pinna.
You'd have to, shift around the goals a little bit, but
Or don't. That sounds entertaining.
If Bianco hidden is on the card, just
It's not a goal, sorry.
whoever wants it,
Whoever wants it loses.
Cool. When's the next match? Is
Uh,
it 45 min?
Yeah.
You-
We'll grab some
Man.
lunch here.
when is the funny roll thing? Del. Is it roll control?
Uh-huh.
We're probably not going to do it on stream because we're switching restreamers, so we're going to hop off after this match.
Okay.
But the stream will be back up a little bit before the match in 45 minutes.
Okay.
Catch y'all later.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. Cool.